The statistic of it rolling any number on its side is always going to be 1 over n, where n is the number of sides.
Always.
Always.
Not at the beginning.
I mean, just because...
You're talking about a single roll. I'm talking about 3 rolls done at once. It does not actually change the 1 over n of the third roll, 1 over 20 of the third roll, but in the grand scheme of things, you can make yourself feel slightly better that there is a situation where your statistics say that it's improbable.
Isn't that good for all 3 to come up with the exact
If you
same?
don't know statistics at all, that's how you do it, Cody.
It would be 1 over n to the third.
To the third. They become the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the third.
1 over 20 to the third, which is just going to be incredibly small. Because you have to get 1 over 20 3 times. That's 1 over 20 times 1 over 20 times 1 over 20.
Change the chance of you rolling the last one at a time. It just means that the chance that you do all 3 times in a row.
You know that
Nice.
like
Hold a sec. That doesn't mean that there's less of a chance I'm getting a 6.
No, Jack.
Not 50%.
Jack.
It's still
15%. Still 15% that you get 6.
It didn't happen. But
the chance of you getting 2 6s in a row would be 1 over 36.
Yeah.
Jack.
No.
Reason being, because after the first roll, so if you were to roll a d6 2 times, right, it's a 1 over 36 chance that you get the same number in a row. However, if you roll once, then your next chance is still 1 over 6 because you just removed the statistics of the first roll. So that's why that works. But anyway, you guys ready? Is everyone ready to see the city?
We're ready.
No, I need 38 more minutes. I'm ready.
I need precisely 136 seconds.
In real time.
35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. She said exactly 136. You made me lose count, dang it. 15, 14.
Yeah, I'm going to roll a d6. Yes. If it's 1 through 6, then the Leviticus will burn the next person we come across.
You didn't. We didn't leave off on 15.
So,
Leviticus looks up. Which of the group does she see first? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're forgetting Selesnya.
If you got the gold,
right, Selesnya.
If you got the gold, I got the gold.
So I would say it'd be 6. 6
you got the gold, I got the gold.
Yeah,
6 will just cast Fireball on self, which will be probably everyone.
6.
1. So, wake up. I see you. First thing after waking up, apparently. Why are you standing at my bed?
Says this is the most hideous creature known to man.
So we're going that kind of Let me just rage real quick.
I should have made a tiefling paladin. I should have brought back my tiefling paladin, because then I could make the lay on hands joke.
Okay.
Be a that uses like massaging, or a bard that uses massaging.
A one goddess.
Like, I'm gonna massage my enemies. But do a smite. With electricity. Boom!
Thunder smite.
Knowing you, I mean, of course.
I can only have Steven be so chaotic.
Right. At least a little bit.
He is. He doesn't get along with Selesnya.
At this point, who does? And I
it.
mean well. Curtis is like, alright, so I'm gonna go over here and see shit.
Just calm down and take your medicine. Eat your bowl of cereal. It'll all be okay.
I think you're tired of their shit all the time.
Just because she's a bad guy.
That's because Selesnya a bad guy.
Very good point of that.
Okay.
Okay, so we left off looking at the city and Karnesh getting mad that he saw the symbol of Talos. I remember things.
You guys are walking down to the city. The city is laid out roughly as you see on the messenger chat that I just sent to all of you. You guys can briefly glance at the map as I describe it. It is a small, slightly rustic port town. The city itself is barely what you would call a town, you would think. It is smaller than a village, obviously, but it is on the edge of a river, and you guys are approaching from the northwestern side of it. And
What's the triangle bit that we're passing by?
Hmm?
The T-shaped thing?
Yeah.
The T-shaped thing?
They're buildings.
Is that a house?
There are small buildings, as I'm explaining right now, that are...
So a T-shaped building off to the right if we're coming in from that direction.
You guys are coming in from the left side of your screens. Right?
No, it's the left side of the screen, yeah.
Yeah, okay, left side of the screen. There's small buildings that are, from what you can tell, small shacks that are overlooking large fields of farmland. There are also large mounds, from what you can tell, just dotting around the field, closer towards the city. These things are fairly large, like 15 feet around, maybe 15 to 20-ish. Not that many, but there's enough that they are fairly noticeable as they do not have anything growing on top of them. And as you guys approach, you guys can see several people coming and going from the gate entrance. Coming towards you, actually, is a very notable and recognizable man. As he approaches you... Wow, I can't believe I actually just legit forgot his name.
Soroza?
Hesta's brother.
Oh, okay. Someone we like.
Yizan. Thank you. Sorry. Yizan approaches you guys. And following shortly behind him is Hesta, carrying Balder in a small pouch on her shoulders. Yizan holds up his hand to you guys and says, "You finally made it. We have interesting news for you. Two things. First off, the city is unlike anything that we've ever seen. We had to try very hard not to have Hesta run wild, and Hesta by now catches up to him as he's saying this, and she immediately charges up to Karnesh, stamps her feet, and says, 'I need 1,000 gold now.'"
Whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse you, sir.
Hesta's the one demanding for gold, by the way.
I had 58 platinum pieces on me.
Mm-hmm.
More, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
just having that much money doesn't negate
the fact
needing
that 1,000.
more. I assume she would have...
I remember her at least having 500. 580 is a surprise, but does not change the end amount.
I don't have that much.
how much do we have in the community chest?
That's what I just looked at.
It's still early this morning, right?
Yeah, it's still early this morning.
So,
Yeah,
I'm going to write it down now, and everyone remember with me. A month is 30 days.
500.
No, I'm just saying
silver.
This is the 5th day of the 3rd month. So you guys still have most of the 3 months left.
How much is in the community chest?
Okay.
In the community chest, we have 20 platinum, 409 gold, 506 silver, 1,180 copper.
that would make it.
I have 324 gold on my person. I can convert you.
Moira will offer that Hesta can be the one to use his slot machine for the day.
Okay. You want to roll for her?
You
Have Creo roll for her.
What does Creo need to do?
Decide if she actually wants to use the slot machine for Hesta.
Do you think Hesta would be a gambling person?
Only if it was in her favor.
She gambles 4 of 1 coins for the potential to get up to 10 of it. So you put in 4 platinum, you roll a d10, you get that many platinum.
Okay.
Slightly in your favor.
It really is in your favor.
You know, here, I'll contribute the 4 platinum. From the community chest.
Okay, so 1 more extra, so total 5.
Okay. How much do you guys offer, if not 1,000?
For the rest of the platinum we have, which is 16.
Okay, so that is
I have 3 copper and 5 silver.
As well as
17 platinum.
so 17 platinum,
She
which
needs
is
1,000 gold.
170.
Why?
Well, you said 16 and we got 5 back.
because I gave you 4, and then you won 1.
So you got 5.
So from the community chest, you got
It would be
combined
a
with the
total
thing
of
is 210.
So 210.
210. I can,
Well, also that's I'm getting assorted gems that are 50 gold a piece. I can give that to her as well, which would be a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, Hester's gonna try and sell 7 gems for 70 gold each.
Okay.
Preferably 75, but 70.
Okay.
You can make it less.
Take a picture of her basic stats for me and send it to me. Because I don't think I have Hesta's character sheet in front of me.
Moira can get some gold.
something that she's successful that would bring her to about 700.
Well, the whole gold she has.
Because I don't want to deplete the funds completely. I'll pitch in another 200 gold.
Moira.
And go ahead and roll 2 persuasion checks with advantage. You'll learn the results of that later, since that'll be happening throughout the day. What else? What else, if anything, are you giving her? So far, she has the 7 gems.
Moira, I'll help you.
Thank you, Creo.
So advantage.
So, one's gonna be 16. And the other is going to be 25.
Okay.
I got 175 gold.
I'm gonna,
175 gold. From what?
Okay.
and then 525 if I'm successful with selling them for 75. Yes, no.
No, you guys will learn the results of that later.
Okay.
At
Yeah.
bare minimum, you guys think that that'll be about 490 gold, though.
You think we're gonna make what we need?
What?
You think we're gonna make it? You said?
I'm expecting you guys to get as much as you can, and whether or not you can make it is a different question. It's more of how much are you willing to give Hesta at this moment.
I will put that in.
If you can pay in full, good for you.
I'm contributing 125 gold.
Okay. Is that the total amount?
Arnesh, after not having seen Hester for a while, she just marches up to him like, I need money! He's like, oh. She's one of the few people that has been able to take him down successfully, repeatedly, and actually not killed him, and he's seen what she can do.
He's seen the fireball.
Yeah, he's like,
Doesn't surprise me.
I am grateful that you spared me,
If I should ask
and
you
I
this,
don't want to start shit now. Also, hi, Balder.
why don't I
Check
just
my
kind of
hands.
expecting?
Balder's wearing sunglasses, looking like a cool baby. Meh.
Arnesh, give a finger
I'm
guns.
at that 1,000 mark.
We should.
I get finger guns that actually smoke.
I would say you have to roll performance to try and impress Balder.
Yeah.
He's a very, very hard baby to impress.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a good point. He would
This is
be
not-
Hesta's son. So
Yeah, 9 on performance to impress Boulder.
And his uncle
Meh.
is a bard.
And his uncle is a bard, yeah.
So,
meh.
I mean,
So he's kind of like, eh.
he's a very discerning baby.
Meh.
Okay, clearly this baby.
He holds up a
I would
0.5.
stop. Look at the baby. You're an ugly child. And be careful, child. You look particularly terrible.
Balder holds up like a picture of his unamused face.
Baby in front of
I'm
Hesta.
not threatening the baby on her shoulder.
That is the worst decision. Get ready to
I'll
roll.
pretend I didn't hear that.
Baby.
Nick, he's threatening the baby.
Not threatening
I'll
the
pretend I
baby.
didn't hear that. Is there
I am
anything?
trying-
Is there anything else you guys are contributing?
What?
Is there anything else you guys are contributing? I have 7 gems and 125 gold from.
Jack is.
One donated 175.
You're chipping in 175?
Oh, yeah.
And then we had
'em.
210 from the community chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 210?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to heat it up, Phil?
Fine, no. It's a potato. I'll eat it.
Well, that was 110 or 210?
210.
All right,
210.
No.
Seeing everyone discuss gold numbers and just throwing around big numbers, the Vegas kind of pockets the 5 silver and 3 copper she was offering. Like, okay.
Okay. Hesta laughs triumphantly and starts booking it back towards the city.
Yeah, did she lose some big?
No.
They came-
Isan is looking very surprised that she was right there, but
I assume that it would be the price of operations.
What was that? What was that? Me and myself. Who am I?
She's a snake lady. She killed an
She
angel.
is one of our companions.
Okay, I get it. Took me a second.
I thought she was pointing at me
Yeah.
asking who I was, and I was like, I know who I've always been.
And my brain was still like, this is Hesta that's talking to us.
She is the greatest friend I've had in this group.
She's almost as impressive as the night lady.
She's very scary.
I don't mind her so scary.
Selesnya is not a stealth.
Yizan, after this brief introduction, says, hi.
Later.
Anyway,
150 miles.
important thing to know.
Uh-huh.
Number 1. This is the city of Leybourne, where Gilgamesh will be arriving in a little bit under 3 months' time. And according to Hesta, this may be the hometown of a certain priest that you all know.
I noticed the symbol.
Okay. So on to number 2. They have a very interesting, let's say, caste system here. Number 1, do not ask about the names. Just don't. You can ask for a person's name, but don't ask about the names that you see tattooed. And try not to get anyone too angry at us. I believe Hesta may have just secured us a place to live. Anyway, there is one other thing. Slightly more important. He's here. Not the priest. Not the priest. Not the priest.
Who is he?
Gilgamesh.
Cool.
All right.
He's currently in the city hall, talking to the leaders of this town.
How do you supposed to be a demon? He's a demon. Why? Just walking around?
Yes?
Is there a way for us to surprise him?
Doesn't seem like they would be able to go down
It is to be noted,
as though they are up.
at this point in time,
Okay.
it is to be noted, at this point in time, Selesnya is now gone from the party, booking it as fast as she can into the city, with no idea where the city hall is.
I follow.
We should probably do something about
Another thing, if we are going to stay here for some amount of time, I do highly recommend not killing someone in the streets.
I mean, there are
Shouting
outlets
back.
for a reason.
Shouting
I won't
back.
try to
The
attack
town
him
hall
right now.
isn't the streets.
You cry.
Alright, Moira is gonna dash and bonus dash and to tackle Selesnya.
You're going to try to tackle Selesnya.
Yep, we gotta hold her down.
I'll follow after to clean up.
I can knock her out.
Who's bringing up the wagon? Or are you leaving it with Izan?
Yeah.
I really want to
Sure.
try to kick.
I'm following Morai, fully
think-
intent on punching Selesnya hard enough to knock her out.
Okay, so Moirai, you can
Yeah.
you quickly catch up to Selesnya. Go ahead and roll athletics since you're trying to tackle her.
You're gonna suck. But
It's cocked.
alright, 6.
Selesnya, without even turning around as you catch up to her and reach towards her, throws her elbow backwards into your nose. You stumble to a halt. You stumble to a halt.
Hey, can I?
Jesus, we don't want this to go bad.
Yeah.
What was that? Okay, so but before we do anything, let's make sure. Let's check what everyone's doing. So, Karnesh is chasing. Steven's chasing.
Leviticus was already chasing well before they said they were.
But Leviticus
I'm
is
assuming
trying
he
to
passed.
stop.
Yeah, no. Nope. After seeing him
You are the most responsible.
trying to stop Selesnya, Leviticus is going to try to trip anyone who passes her.
So you're trying to hinder anyone that's chasing
I
Selesnya.
probably ask you.
Give me a shout for me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first off, both of you are going to have to try to get past Leviticus. Who wants to try first, Steven or Karnesh?
I'll go first.
I'm sure one of you jump.
Okay.
Roll with advantage, because I'm going to assist you. I'm going to assist him by trying to punch this one if I see any tripping happening.
You see this, and Leviticus, you well know enough these people that you know that they're probably going to destroy you on their way past you if you attempt to stop them. Do you wish to try anyway? And by destroy, I don't actually mean kill you. I mean, like, you know, make sure that you don't stop them.
Oh,
The
oh God, damn.
You're running on a main road. You're running on a main road.
wide is the main road?
What?
How wide?
Very wide? Very
How wide?
I'd say maybe 20 feet wide.
What is it?
20 feet.
There are other people walking along this road, staring at you maniacs running past them.
Just remember, knowing Hesta, if she finds out that you fucked up her negotiations by destroying shit on the street, she will murder you.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
I don't know.
Which has a radius.
He makes fun.
I am making a 40-foot diameter sphere of fog just fill the street. And it's within 120 feet, so I'm just going to toss this right behind Selesnya.
Okay.
Not.
Are you inside the fog cloud, Leviticus?
What?
Are you inside the fog cloud?
Am I inside?
Yes.
That depends how far you imagine me to be from...
Yes or no?
Yes,
Do you
yeah,
want
I
to
mean-
be in the fog cloud?
Do I want to be in it? Sure.
Okay, you're inside the fog cloud. Karnash and Steven, what is your guys' reaction to the suddenly growing fog appearing behind Selesnya?
I'm gonna tackle Selesnya harder.
Wait, this is like... I'm assuming this is before you guys reach her. Like, considering the,
Yes.
the distance
I have a
between
thing for
us
this.
saying that we chased
So they're
her.
gonna charge more.
I-
She at least
have a
had a
thing.
solid, like, 2 full turns.
For this.
Just dash, dash.
She can't dash.
Action, dash, regular movement.
I'm still getting used to Paladin, so
What's your movement?
forgive me.
40?
That's
Yeah, that's
okay.
But, you know,
No, Han is definitely the fastest out of all of them.
yes.
Yeah. He's a springy boy.
Because he's got the highest base speed, and then he can action dash, bonus action dash.
Yes.
And what it is, basically, you can
No one can outrun Moirai if we go by combat rules.
on.
On
On
and
faster.
oh yeah, sorry, that's right. On and then Moirai. On, were you chasing after Selesnya? Because if so, then I should let you reach Selesnya as well before the fog cloud.
50 feet ground, dash 30 feet, and 30 feet fly distance to
On.
fly 30 feet.
What?
Because when you move, you can move all of your movement.
I want the card.
Okay, you were not chasing after Selesnya?
I can move not as well.
No.
They all ran off, leaving the
Doesn't
children
go back
behind
and
and
make
the cart.
an extra six-
Yes, they
an
did.
extra movement.
They're coming back.
Those.
Unless
It's
you
just
move
we
your
have
base
to
movement.
stop.
I can't pass you
Stop
because I
you.
can't move the 30 fly distance again, but I can match you. At 30, 30, then another 30 on the ground. and then
But
30.
I'm already ahead of you right now.
Yeah, well, you just got knocked to the ground, so...
I'm sorry. man.
Yeah, after you get knocked down, Moirai, the fog cloud will be appearing, so you're not going to have another chance.
No.
Yes. Karnish and Steven have a chance if they can make it through the fog cloud.
Damn, my danger sense doesn't help here.
No.
Like, I'm assuming
Yeah, because you gotta see it.
Selesnya is. She's either running like just straight down the main road.
Straight down
or
the main
she-
road. There's no way that Selesnya is going to be doing anything other than that, other than taking the shortest line between her and Gilgamesh.
Well, like you said, she doesn't know where the town hall is. I assume.
There's one
Yeah.
main gate that she sees. She's going through that gate and probably going to run in a straight line until she finds a building that might be the city hall.
Like, I assume she's just following the main street.
Yes. Yes.
Not to start with breaking the wall.
That said,
However, she
I'm-
is the most intelligent person in our group.
I know.
this is a main
Out of
street.
everyone, she has the best chance of actually finding it, I believe. If we're going by an intelligence check based off of the layout of the town.
Funny 'cause
My thought process behind the fog cloud is if it's a main street, there's going to be a lot of people in it. So, like, we're probably assuming that we're losing movement to move around people in our way.
Yeah, no, you're practically stopping traffic, and it'll be very hard for anyone to pass through since you can't see anything until you're basically on top of it.
Yeah.
So, unless you are really lucky, or some other case, you might just get stopped dead by the fog cloud. Or you can try to bulldoze through everything. That's also an option.
On
Yep.
space higher.
Being a monk.
Main movie.
Monks just now get
The top speed that I can get to is 60.
classes that are built in melee usually get the
Nick,
speed.
Yes.
you say
Shot 10 plus 10 movement speed.
sound would be enough to disperse fog?
No, it has to be wind. There are explicit spells that create wind. Unfortunately, sound cannot do that. I believe fog is a sound dampener.
Yep.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Kind of like trying to shout underwater, but
I'm
less
still gonna
so.
try and do it.
Well, you're shouting through water, so.
Yeah, it's just the water part. It also really screws with, like, light.
That's why you
Right.
hear things in fog, and no one can hear you.
If
No one can hear you
inside of-
scream in fog.
rainbow
No.
everywhere. That would actually be really
'Cause
pretty, actually.
I have the shield, and I'm pretty good at using it. And there's buildings. You picking up what I'm throwing down?
Hip to your jazz.
Okay, so here's what Steven is going to try and do. He is going to look at Karnesh, see the fog, and say, jump, turn, use the shield, and have Karnesh jump onto it, and so he can shove and help Karnesh get to the rooftops.
Right before Karnesh jump onto the shield, he's gonna rage.
So you are going to try to jump over the fog cloud.
No, he's going to the rooftop, where the fog is not.
Okay, you're going on top of the buildings nearby the gate. I see what you're saying.
Relevant question here. Are the roofs here steepled or flat?
Let's roll a percentile for it.
What's the type of architecture
Well, he
here?
said rustic.
Doesn't matter.
Rustic, so there is a good chance that it'll be flat. Because in my mind, that's what rustic is.
Yes, Moira's like light as
See,
fuck.
Rustic would be like this because they don't want snow to build up and ruin their houses.
The only place you find flat is in very hot places.
Steven's pretty strong, right?
Which this is by
This is not a place for snow.
this is by a river though, so
They
most
can
likely
expect.
If there's rainfall here, they wouldn't
Steven,
build
keep going.
flat houses.
There you go.
Let's do this, buddy.
So,
Alright.
maybe not the greatest idea.
I don't give a fuck. We're doing it.
We're trying.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics, both of you.
Oh boy.
Um,
Am I rolling?
21.
athletics.
No, wait, no.
I'm rolling
Just
athletics?
20.
Okay.
Just 20.
This is a strength to push him.
I know.
I have a
I'm-
slightly better idea because I like this idea. I just don't want it. I wanted to maintain some form of some semblance of realism here.
launches you through the roof of the building, just crashing through.
I need to see something real quick.
It turns into skyward sword shield surfing
Right.
on the rooftops.
Right.
More boats to do repairs, or would most of them would be devoted to the shipyard that they would be using like stone and
We were nearby.
While there is some stone here used in building, almost the majority of it is wood gathered from the forest around here.
Okay.
The big problem would be if it was with a factory.
Yeah.
Because
But
it
they
is
have
a
no-
farm area, the thatch roofs are entirely possible and probably plausible on this side.
This is also fun. So they could usually do both.
Yeah,
I would say
I
that
would
they
they
would
would probably
assume
use
thatch.
wood as like a base and then lay thatch on top of it.
Yeah. Which would make it a bit slippery.
And you could fall
I love how ingenious Cody gets at this type of thing when he's trying to prevent other players from doing something.
No, but he's entirely correct.
No.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just, if Cody was on the other side of this, he would not, he would be arguing for something entirely different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's good at that.
I wouldn't have brought up the roofs at all if I was on the other side of this, to be honest.
Mhm.
I would have known, like, if I bring this up, it's not going
That's gonna be 15.
You are the
Okay. You managed to launch Carnage fairly high, and
I like
seeing as the roofs are not in
And roll 20.
what?
I got 20.
Yeah. I know Carnage got it. Carnage goes flying through the air as he jumps off of your shield, Steven pushing it and shoving him, and Carnage flying like as if he had wings, as if he was now more dragon than he ever was before. He flies through the air and lands on top of a wagon. There are several wagons on the road. This is now turned into those street games where you're jumping from wagon to wagon. You are somewhat out of the fog, but you are still mostly inside of it. However, running along these wagons does allow you to move a little bit faster, seeing as you no longer have to avoid running into people. The only problem is where the next wagon is.
Yeah, this
I'm
fog is
tossing
twice as wide
Moira
as the
next.
street, So.
Stephen turns to Moira and gestures.
Just
Moira
Actually-
hops up.
Even if you got onto the roofs, I'm not entirely sure you would have been able to see the next house.
I guess I have to do acrobatics to jump up, right?
Go back to OG Carnage. Just
Mm,
let me
I'm
sure,
jumping.
yeah, sure. I'll give you acrobatics.
yeah.
But still athletics for Steven.
Huh? Still athletics?
For
Yeah, I'm
Steven.
jumping.
That's
Nice.
All right, 22 for Moira.
17.
And with that, Moirai actually lands slightly right behind Carnage as Carnage is booking it now down these wagons. If you hear people yelling in surprise as they hear these large people landing on top of their wagons. But they can't quite see you, so there's nothing to be remembered here. And as you guys book it down, I'm going to need acrobatics checks from both of you.
I've accepted that I can't go any further, so I'm gonna go
Not
back
going
to
to be
the
able to make it past these wagons. Unfortunately, the wagons have almost entirely stopped due to this fog cloud, unable to move. So it makes it easier for you guys, but you guys are still almost jumping blind.
Wait, what checks from who?
What?
What checks from who?
20.
Acrobatics for both of you.
I don't know if this needed to be said or not, but I assume like Leviticus still tries to make it through the fog. Like I'm still working forward.
You will be working forward at the same pace as Steven, which is going to be slower than these two.
Oh yeah.
13?
What?
10.
15 and 10?
13.
13 and 10. You got... Oh, okay. So, after the first wagon, Moirai jumps from the next one, not realizing it wasn't a wagon, and lands off to the side along the grass, manages to recover, and can get back on the path, but you've exited your head start and only have a small lead on Leviticus and Steven. Karnesh, you managed to jump on top and jump to the next one.
Oh, I'm back at the cart was on, because I couldn't go
Never
any
mind,
further.
Steven went back. Sorry. Leviticus is the only one.
Assuming I
Actually, like either even with them or ahead of them, seeing as they had to like stand and work out for like how to do this.
I'm going to rule that. I'm going to rule that after this amount of time, most of them have been working together, and this is a moment of inspiration. Rule of cool, they caught up to you and passed you. They are continuing on. Karnesh, you jump for the next one, and unfortunately also miss, unable to find the next one, but you do land farther ahead than... Alright, let's see how Selesnya does trying to get forward. Okay, so I will need one more check from Karnesh to see if he catches her.
What check?
That check will be a check to get through a crowd, so let's just go with normal athletics. Don't shove your way through the crowd. There's not much other way to get any more forward than that.
15.
You manage to shove your way through the crowd, and you find Selesnya stopped by a large wagon at the front of the gate. She is currently angrily trying to burst her way past this big, burly man who is yelling at her to stay back away from his cart.
I'm gonna put her in her sleeper hold.
Okay, so let's see what happens. You go on and roll your athletics. Selesnya will roll her acrobatics.
8.
Does anyone know Selesnya's dex?
I would assume at
it's
least a
18.
+4.
Versus a
Yeah,
+1.
so she breaks free of your sleeper hold. Because if she has proficiency, well, no, as long as she rolled a 4, +4 at least, she breaks free.
Okay. I'm gonna do it again. Come on.
She's going to first make an attempt to get past the burly man in her way.
Can I assist the burly man?
Okay, so she'll fail. Great. You and the burly man together manage to stop her. Leviticus and Moirai, I'll have you both roll athletics to try to get through these crowds. If you guys succeed, you'll be there at this time.
Moira gets an unnatural 1.
Athletics or okay, 4.
Unnatural 1 and an unnatural 4. You guys are firmly stopped in place. Moirai actually gets shoved backwards by the stream of people going the other way, and you find yourself next to Leviticus as he is currently standing in line.
He glares at her.
She, sir.
Did I say he? Sorry. As she is currently standing in line.
Me and Jack are the only people playing our genders.
Moira glares at her.
Leviticus, your response.
Hey.
Friends are fucking crazy.
I am.
Wow, that seems a bit violent.
Okay, so can
I'm feeling threatened.
Can I attempt to grapple
I
Selesnya
can see
again?
that.
Okay.
In a sleeper hold type fashion?
Okay, so we'll roll once more. Okay, just roll higher than 8.
23.
Yeah, this die really likes 4 right now. So you easily managed to put her in a full sleeper hold. She is currently struggling against you and unable to break free. And she is currently crying out to let her go. The man who murdered her parents is only just ahead.
I'm assuming there's guards at a gate to a big city.
They are currently dealing with something else as the flow of traffic is almost entirely stopped due to a mysterious fog.
And not one of them decided to stay with the incident that was already occurring, presumably before the fog even developed. And none of them find it strange that a man just runs up to a woman and starts choking her.
In the middle of a fog cloud.
Help it.
I never said that they were out of the fog cloud.
My parents is
I said I put it behind Selesnya. She was never in the fog.
My arc now.
Okay,
Now ruin
fine.
this for me.
Fine.
Don't look
Okay. Leviticus. Fine. You guys are not in the fog cloud. You guys are in full view of the gate, and you can see that there is currently a crashed cart further ahead at the front of the gate that the guards are currently dealing with. That was already there. You guys just hadn't noticed that as you guys were not close enough. And from what you can tell, there are maybe 2 guards there.
and
Continuing
no
on.
one. For some reason, okay.
All right, so I just want to like knock her out.
Okay, so you will be rolling a disadvantage.
So
I'll be rolling at disadvantage.
Yes.
It's a sleeper hold, and I'm the beefy boy.
You currently have a very enraged and confused burly man next to you saying, Don't kill her!
I'm not gonna kill her. She's my friend, but she's gonna do something stupid.
So you're gonna knock her out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna help or not?
No!
Then move.
And roll intimidation.
Okay, I got +4.
Yes.
10.
No! And he puts his arms on you and Selesnya. But I did believe I just said that Selesnya just yelled. Okay, yeah, no, he lets go because Selesnya at the same time is still yelling something about killing Gilgamesh.
All right,
He is currently very conflicted, okay?
Can I choke her out harder?
You choke her out harder. Roll athletics and just yeah.
21.
She fights and struggles. One more win and she'll be out cold.
All right.
But you currently what?
Are Mio or Morai arriving at this time? Since it's been two rounds.
You rolled too abysmally.
Your guys' rolls are so bad.
One round later, you arrive, but never mind. Okay.
Gotcha.
Sorry, what was your roll?
17.
I need you to die. Yeah, you knock her out completely, and she is currently unconscious in your arms.
All right, I'm gonna pick her up over my shoulder and walk back to the cart.
The enraged burly man is staring at you with wide eyes as you walk past him.
No, back to my cart.
Yeah, no. I know you're walking back to your cart, but you are attracting a lot of looks by now, and you walk into Leviticus and Morai as you are returning to your cart.
Morai sees that you've knocked her out, and he hands you, or he helps tie her up with his rope.
Make it look worse.
I'm gonna tell you no.
No?
No.
Do you have anything to say or do, Leviticus?
Well, no, not really, since there'll just be another crash cart or something.
If you don't want to believe that wasn't there to begin with, or whatever. Anyway. You guys are currently in line where the eventually I'm assuming the fog cloud disperses.
Yeah, well, after getting out of it, I just let it go.
Okay. The fog cloud eventually disperses and then people move along, heading towards the gate, but there seems to be a currently large holdup as the cart in the middle of the gate is currently blocking passage through.
Alright.
You guys just wait.
Can I try to find a way to get through, like some back streets or alleyways or something?
This is a walled city. The only real way through is either on the other side of the river or through this gate.
Oh.
Shut up, everybody move.
No.
Is the cart wooden?
This is it is in fact a wooden cart with metal supports.
I'm gonna try to find the owner of the cart. Is there anyone who looks like they're arguing with the guards or speaking to the guards at all?
There's a very sad owner off to the side, almost hysterical, as he's staring at his cart. The guards are trying to move it slowly out of the way, and you see several other people trying, but they seem to be unable to move it at this time. they said that they have sent a runner to go and get a moving cart. Another cart to, well, like workhorses and stuff to help move this out of the way. It is apparently a very large merchant's cart. Heavy and filled with items. Are you guys going to do anything? Or are you guys just going to wait?
Can I climb over the cart?
Like, I assume we're on the other side of the gate still.
Yeah, we're back at the cart.
No, all of us were.
Everyone's still on the wrong side of the cart. Outside of the city.
You can roll her under it.
So we're all back together. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, one level.
Okay. I'm gonna put Selesnya in the cart.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock it from the outside.
Okay.
Okay, what do we do now?
As bad as it would be for her to go confront Gilgamesh right now, I would like to go to the city hall and see him for myself.
I will come with you.
Would it also not be a good idea to go and meet up with your other companions? The lizardy fellow said something about securing a homestead.
Yes, but I don't know where that is right now.
I think that shall be of lesser importance to that for the time being.
I can take the cart and Selesnya to find that place, and if you want, you two go see what is going on with Gilgamesh. And it's not good when the demons start talking to the leaders of the village.
No kidding.
Let's hit the...
From everything Selesnya told me about him, I always imagined him being larger than life, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect for us to arrive and have him already here.
Right. So
You guys, as you guys are waiting, one of the guards approaches you and says, what's your business in this town?
Business is business.
Oh, I'm good at talking, apparently. I'm gonna look at the garden and just say, I was curious if you heard of any of the Archknights before now.
Of course. Who hasn't?
So I'm going
You are
to pull out-
asking very basic and general knowledge at this point. You're basically asking someone from the USA if Mexico exists.
Thank you.
I
But
think
there is
that
a
was-
line of
I
questioning.
think
Okay.
that was the she's going for.
I'm building up to it. So if you'll let me finish.
Sorry.
So he's going to pull out his insignia, which marks him as an officer of Archknights, and he's going to say, well, I was curious if you've seen any of my kinsmen around here. I have important news, and my comrades here were protecting me on my way to report back in.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Get the advantage.
That's a 9.
Double rolly, boys.
That's a 3.
He has really good.
I do. 16?
No matter what.
The man is very much impressed by your very large and shiny badge. I see. If that makes you an officer, then these men must also be in the Archknights. And that must mean that anybody...
I have enlisted them as my bodyguards of sorts. My men were recently killed in a awful battle with a demon of sorts.
I see. He is currently glaring at Leviticus like this, just slightly confused and concerned.
You could always just look.
That's not the problem anymore. He walks up to you,
Nope.
Leviticus.
My tiefling friend here, I even promised her that I will do my best to ensure her safety, living a peaceable life, helping the Archknights.
I'm not your friend, and you never hired us to be any sort of Archknight guard.
You hired me.
The first time I saw you was a day ago at a strange camp.
It wasn't a day ago, it was several days ago, but, may I, look inside your cart?
Afraid not, friends. We're carrying a very dangerous creature that my kinsmen need to deal with.
You can't just call another person a creature.
We're going to have to inspect your cart before we can let you through. And after saying that, though, he kind of glances over at the cart still currently blocking the way. When we let you through.
Our own possessions.
If you wish, though I cannot guarantee your safety. I say that out of concern for your well-being.
I think we'll be fine. Man walks over to the door of the wagon. Opens the door.
Oh, it's locked, so I assume he has to have
Oh, so sorry, is the door locked?
Yeah, Karnesh locked.
Well, if they have to,
Oh,
if
yeah,
they have
you
to, you have to inspect it after unlock it.
You unlock it. He opens the door, glances inside,
Now we do.
comes back out with wide eyes. Why do you have a goblin in there?
That's my son.
That is not the creature of which we speak.
That's not who they took. They took my friend. She's a female.
His our friend is one, mate.
The little girl.
No, the other woman.
We're not ready.
The one that they just choked out and threw in a cabin and locked it. In full view of quite a few other people.
She's presently possessed by a rather awful spirit, and
She's not possessed at
we're
all.
trying to.
Exercise, right?
At what Leviticus says. A great big burly man comes up and says, I saw the entire thing. She was running down this hill like a madman into the city. Until that guy tried to tackle her, and he points at Morai. Morai's nose is not bleeding anymore, but definitely looks a little bit twisted. Until she punched him in the nose.
It's for her own good.
And then this man here, and he points at Karnesh. He knocked her out. I've never seen such brutality and sheer strength. And then notably, I just want to point out, this guy looks like he wouldn't be out of place in a biker gang. But officer, I must say, that woman was going to kill someone. What? Who?
It's a figure of speech. Her parents' murderer is inside the city. She was angry and wanted to seek justice. I was going to help direct her towards you gentlemen to take care of it.
Gilgamesh. So the officer, eyes go wide, stares at him, stares at Karnesh, stares into the wagonette at Selesnya. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave. You guys can return another day. Just please. We don't need trouble at this time. Can you please come back another time?
We would like to ask ourselves to stay.
And I'm sorry, but
Well,
I cannot have anybody interfering with that at this time.
You may ask, but we must politely decline.
Can I sneak away while he's clearly enthralled with what's going on here now?
You can roll stealth to see if you can sneak away.
Can I see that Leviticus is trying to sneak away after she royally fucked up the situation?
It's a 14.
Would I see this out of the corner
What's
of
your
my
passive
eye?
perception, Steven?
13.
You failed to see it.
Do I successfully?
Leviticus manages to sneak away for the time being.
I want to go to the wagon that's blocking the way.
Yeah.
So that just like kind of like casually.
Would this
No, just casually like lean against it with my palms, and I just light it on fire because that's something I can do.
In any way
And then I
whatsoever.
walk away.
Any way at all. Would this sneaking away count as hiding? At all?
No. And also,
Okay.
there are other people near the cart, Leviticus.
Okay.
There are more than just these people on the road.
So it's just the one guard who came over, not.
Yeah, I explicitly say it's only one guard that's here.
Okay, I got the understanding that like he brought all the guards.
No. It was only one guard. Judging from what you can tell of this guard, he seems rather. I'm gonna say this in a polite term: undisciplined and mostly untrained. You think that he is not. You think Leviticus can almost take him in a fist fight?
Moirai he will discreetly hold out a platinum to the guard and say, "We are staying."
Okay, let's first roll in. Roll with disadvantage.
Me?
Yes. Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
So what did I roll that one?
That was a D12.
Oh,
16.
oh, that's right. It was disadvantage.
Sir, I am going to have to ask you to not try to bribe a guard. Thank you very much. You better stay away from Gilgamesh. He walks back over to the other cart.
What did he say?
Oh,
I was trying to think of a way to phrase this. Do I think I could like, while they're still talking and stuff, like, look like I'm trying to figure out, like, look around like a way to either like push something or to climb over and just with one hand just. I don't like the whole carriage on fire. It's just like where my hand is touching just starts burning.
I'll just say, as you get close to the carriage, the other guard, as I said, there's only two here, comes up to you, Leviticus, and says, "Can you please, unless you're helping with the cart, can you please stay back? We'll get this done. Don't worry about it."
I'm going to try to help. I think I can get it out of the way.
And
He looks at your spindly little arms. Are you sure?
What was that second thing he said, Nick?
What?
The guard. I'll ask you not to bribe the guard, and then he mumbled something.
He said, "I'll ask you not to bribe a guard. You better stay away from Gilgamesh." And he goes back over to the wagon, where several people, as I said, are trying to slowly move it out of the way. They're getting it a couple inches at a time. From which you guys can tell, it looks like some of the one of the wheels is busted.
try to help them move it then.
Okay. roll with advantage because athletics.
14. I get advantage regardless.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. You're moving it at a faster pace, but you wouldn't say at any considerable pace yet. If someone actually replaced the wheel or fixed the wheel, it would move a lot faster, but you're slowly managing to move it out of the way. Take another 10, 20 minutes.
What's the specific issue with the cart? Just one wheel is broken?
The wheel itself looks like it split almost entirely in half after hitting a large rut in the ground, and as you get closer, you can clearly tell that the bottom, what is it called? I want to call it like a chassis or something. The bar that connects to the wheels has also snapped in half. The chassis itself is not that big around.
So, but it's still like
it's
like
mostly in pieces. No, it's mostly mostly in piece. It's just there's a couple of sharp cracks on it that have cut through and rendered it unusable.
Well, one, do I think I could mend it?
Yes.
I think it's too big. Oh, I do?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to try to. Yeah, if the guard's telling me, "Hey, you don't approach unless you can help it." Yeah, I can fix this. I know magic.
Oh, well, by all means then. Have at it.
I was just gonna plop a floating disc underneath it and just lift it up and push it away.
This would weigh more than 200 pounds. But it would have definitely helped.
All right, well, I'm gonna.
No, tension floating disc goes up to 500 pounds.
Oh, okay. My bad.
All right, well, I'm gonna hold up the side of the wagon that Leviticus is gonna mend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the wheel half together over it and just.
You guys managed to successfully maneuver the wagon and are able to fix the wheel and the chassis fairly quickly, and a lot of people around you seem very relieved and thankful, and you see the driver practically like crying tears of joy. Thank you. How can I ever repay you?
Well, would I have any inclination at all how much a wagon wheel would be worth?
Roll history.
$15.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me think about this. Okay, so
Something like repair for a vehicle would be like a quarter cost of its cost.
So for issues such as this, the standard maintenance fee would come out to a nice, pretty 20 gold.
I was paying asking for 30. Like 30 and pop a flame in my other hand.
The guard comes up to you and says, "Thank you. You've done a good thing today. The people here will like you better for it."
But I don't like myself better for it.
The true NPC.
And I'm just gonna like turn to him and say, well, a few gold to help provide rooming for myself and my friends wouldn't go amiss.
You know what? Come to the tavern. We'll treat you to more than a few drinks there.
To turn to the group, drinks on me.
Wink.
That solves all of the issues I just caused.
Nah, not really.
Not
He
at all.
doesn't drink.
Name is Moira.
Sounds like personal problems.
Wink. You guys managed to successfully get into the city, and the carts the carts are all moving along at a splendid pace now. You guys easily make it in. Okay. You guys managed to get into the city. The cart's all free. You've had several very grateful thank yous from a lot of the people that were trying to help, as well as the bubbling shopkeeper who says, "Please, come to my shop. I will help you."
What's the shop's name?
Oh, Tim's Tings and Tings.
Tim's Things and Things. Okay.
Yes. And he travels off with his carts.
Tim Things. Oh, Tim Things and Things. Does he wear a tall white hat and a white suit?
No. He goes off and is clearly heading towards his shop. A lot of people, as I said, look very grateful and in awe of you guys. One man in particular just looks horrified and is quickly scurrying away with his cart. I hope I don't run into those people again. And you guys make it into the city.
I don't
Caleb.
want to kill anyone.
Caleb, come on. That's smart.
Go, dog. I can't take you anymore. You're being taken away.
You want outside? Want to go outside?
Dog, the other way.
Hey.
Look back there.
I'm right here. Want outside? Come on. Come on this way. Move in this way. Come on.
Yeah, I don't have too much longer here.
I do too.
Who?
Be a brunette.
See you right.
Nope.
Got purple hair.
Nope.
Does he have?
Nope.
Black?
Yep.
Oh, there's something.
If you have hair that is short, it's not brown.
You have hair.
Try to remember my colors.
You're not bald.
You're not bald, you have hair. unless you're an Azamar, and then you have feathers. Wait, no, Eric Croker. Eric Croker.
Still have hair.
Terrible, Cody.
Eric
Might as well be a
Croker has
Kenku at that point.
Kenku, no, they have feathers. Oh, that's right.
The special cousins.
That's
They're
right.
like the K-Truos of the bird people.
Jack stepped outside, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I ran out of water.
Smoking in the fog.
Do you want to take a short break?
No, I'm good. Jack's back?
Yeah.
Jack's
sorry.
black.
I had to take my dog out.
Okay.
Jack is-
You guys make it to the town center. Standing in the town center, you can see that there's a large fountain in the middle. And across from the fountain, in that, if you're looking at the map, in that big square, you can see a very large open-air market. But to your left, you can see a very large, white, stone-washed building. Has stairs leading up to it. It looks like a mini White House. You can very easily tell that this is supposed to be the town hall. Standing outside are many guards, and a large crowd has formed around this building. However, nobody is anywhere near the steps, unable to get closer, stopped by the guards. As you guys approach, the doors to the city hall open. Coming out of the doorway, these are very large doors. Coming out of the doorway is a huge, about 13 to 14 foot tall person. Not a person per se, I should stop saying person in this sense, because it is very vague. It is a very large scaled, what looks to be dragonborn. He looks more lizard-like than Karnesh here. He has 4 wings on his back, and if I had the Gilgamesh card with me right now, I would show it to you. However, it is in my car, and I'm not going to grab it. He has 4 arms, holding in his hands nothing. He is wearing, currently, a very large cloak that is around him, but lets his wings stretch out beside him. He's currently stepping down the stairs like he owns the place, looking down magnanimously at you all, the poor peons of the world, as two others follow follow through the door behind him. One of them is a short in comparison. Fire Ganassi, following right behind him, wearing full armor and a very spiky armor. However, I should note that Gilgamesh, as you now recognize him, is not wearing any armor at all. He may be wearing a little bit of eye makeup, but that's all. His skin color, if I remember, you know what? We'll just go with his skin color is like that of the card. I will choose a color later. I will choose the specific color that he is later because I kind of forgot what it is at the moment. Also stepping out of the door behind him is a small man. Small man's carrying a large cabinet on his back as he follows right behind Gilgamesh. But from behind him, you can see several other people, about 4 of them, following through the doors at a very respectable distance, looking very worried. And on certain faces, altogether terrified.
I want to point out that Chris always says this guy's name and expects that whoever it is that we're coming up upon is that guy. And now he's not here, and that guy has shown up.
That sounds like Chris's problem.
No, I think it's great.
He steps down the stairs and is currently walking through the crowd, trying to get to the exit. As he approaches, the crowd parts like the Red Sea for Moses. Completely silent and in awe. Not a foot from the stairs, however, Gilgamesh stops. And without even looking back at the people behind him, he says, quite simply, "Take your sniper's bow away from me." The leaders, as you now recognize them at the top of the stairs, look very worried and very scared as one of them says, "Sniper, sir?" "Yes, up there." And he points back away from this city hall, and where you can see a church in the distance. You can see a large bell tower, and he is pointing directly at that bell tower as he says, "Make your sniper stop pointing the bow at me." We don't have any snipers, sir." "I see. Unfortunate." He reaches down towards the ground, picks up a small pebble, hands it to the man with the huge cabinet. Melchizar looks at him and says, "You want me to, sir?" He nods and continues walking. Melchizar, taking the rock, pulls out a small sling from his pocket and launches the rock towards the tower. You can hear a loud bang and a very loud bell ring once, twice, and then you hear a crack. In the distance, you can see the bell break and fall down into the tower. The 3 continue walking towards the exit.
So just to confirm, the man, Melchizar, the man with the big box, was he looking worried earlier when they came out was he one of the people driving is looking worried when they came out of the building?
He was not one of the worried-looking ones.
Oh, I thought
He is following behind. The worried-looking ones were the 4 leaders of this city that are currently still standing at the top of the steps, looking very scared, and you can hear one of them just whisper, "Oh my God, the priests are going to be so angry." Nothing from the peanut gallery?
was debating shooting a bow at him when he said take your sniper's arrow off me. So, I mean, I probably shouldn't speak up anymore.
I'm just kind of in awe.
I'm gonna motion for Steven and Han. You're the speaking people. I'm not.
I don't know how I became the speaking people.
I'll talk to you. You're smart about what you say.
Common sense doesn't dictate likability.
You guys are currently discussing amongst yourselves, confused and I'm gonna say a bit terrified, as the people around you suddenly disappear. As in, they move quickly away from you without you really realizing it with how quiet they are. Standing in front of you, towering over you, casting a shadow on even Karnesh. Gilgamesh stands before you now. Are you Karnesh?
Yes.
He leans down, looks you dead in the eyes. I'm Gilgamesh. Nice to meet you.
Oh, god damn it! God damn it. What? Is he extending a hand to shake
Yes,
or no?
he is. His hand is like a good size bigger than yours.
Alright, Karnesh is hesitantly gonna shake his hand.
Just grab one of his fingers.
He gives you a hand-crushingly strong grip as he shakes it once, twice, and then clasps it in both of his hands. So nice to meet another Dragonborn.
Oh. Likewise?
He lets go of your hand and says, sorry. I can be a bit intimidating, I know. However, you should never let that stop you. Us Dragonborns are meant to rule, and by God's will, we will.
Morning, Pops. That's just
And who are you, rogue?
morning,
I see. I haven't heard of you.
and who are you supposed to be?
I am Gilgamesh, weapon master and general of Zaruduxan. I have killed more people than you have met in your life. How are you?
Coming.
Anyway, I come here on business, Karnesh. I want you to join us. Your friends, they can join you, I guess. But we need more Dragonborns. We need more strong and willing people to fight with us against the Archknights and against the cruel tyranny that this world has faced. It's been too long since the dragons last walked this earth. It's time for them to rise again.
No thanks.
I see.
Or,
That's a shame.
wait, what exactly are you fighting against?
Who are we fighting?
Yeah.
The Archknights, of course. Their tyranny over this world and the angels and demons that have controlled it likewise need to be replaced.
Wait, I thought you were a demon.
Do I look like one? His eyes flash dangerously at that.
I'm not even sure anymore. I'll sleep on it and I'll get back to you in like 3 months' time. In a week. I don't know what's going on.
I'll walk up and like put my hand on your shoulder to kind of like steady you.
This is my Carnation, not the talkie boy. I mean,
If he's offering because he wants us to kill Archknights in English, we've already killed two.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I have a present for you. A couple of weeks ago, this man came groveling and sniveling at our feet, proud that he had almost killed the last Dragonborn. It was despicable, to say the least. Melchizar, pull him out for us, will you? Melchizar nods, opens up his closet, and flips it around, opens up the back, there's a door, and out falls to the ground a person you remember from several weeks prior. Yep. And his name... tiefling falls to the ground. His name is Baracus. He was, in case you forgot, he was one of Ruber's... Okay.
yeah.
He falls to the ground. He is currently naked and unarmed. My lieutenants here suggested that we kill this man and present him to you dead, but I know that a true warrior like you and I would much rather defeat him in head-on combat than see him a dead body executed by someone else.
Chase the rainbow.
That's why I like him so much.
All but the metallic, just pure look at me.
I hate those metallics.
Honestly, silver flavored Skittles became a stupid idea.
You ever had colloidal silver? Pussies.
A real Dragonborn with all the metal he needs from the big house.
Slaves.
I keep on knocking over my trash can. Anyway, what's happening?
Okay. When you dropped your dice, I was like, "Excuse me, I dropped my Skittles."
Any tension.
What a rich tapestry we have woven.
It's
Okay.
canon now, Dragonborn.
Okay.
Dragonborn takes on the skeleton.
Well,
Thank you for this opportunity. But he was so unimportant that I had nearly forgotten his name.
I see. My apologies then. I did not consider you to be so strong as to forget your enemies. Only the truly strongest do that. I have to say, are you going to be staying in this town? I have to ask. If you won't join me then, can at the very least ask you, stay here and fight against me?
Well, if my answer is no, then the answer to this is definitely yes. But I'll give you my answer in a week's time.
In a week?
Yes.
Alright.
However long it takes for you to come up with something.
I think a week is actually really good. So.
Very well then. Regardless of what you decide, if Baracus here does not make a good enough gift for you, Melchizar, make sure that they are equipped for war. In 3 months' time, I will be laying siege to this town. The results of the battle here will sway the outcome of the fight versus the Archknights forever. And if all goes well, it'll herald the return of the dragons. So, on that note, I bid you farewell, Karnesh. I hope to either meet you again at my side or on the battlefield. Because as everyone knows, killing someone completely under your control, that is true power. On the battlefield, as the gods watch, come, we must go. And Gilgamesh starts walking away. Melkazar stays behind. He's kind of waving at you guys. Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Malchazar. This is Malchazar, a traveling merchant, and I did not know you were in league with Gilgamesh.
Melkazar's a merchant. Melkazar works with whom Melkazar gets paid.
Yes.
Melkazar works with whom pays Melkazar. That's a better way to phrase that. I am the merchant Melkazar, for those of you that don't know. And for a limited time only, I am offering exchanges in lieu of payment.
Exchanges.
Magical items, yes, of the sort. I collect what you would call useless magical items, and the magical items of those who, well, no longer have any use for them anymore.
Moira immediately steps up and holds out the jeweled dagger.
I see.
It doesn't do anything, but it's shiny.
Now I know that Chris was going to be much better than
It's a very shiny dagger. Let me see.
You can
Yes.
like it,
Did I give you a price for that dagger?
No.
Okay. Do you remember where you got it from?
It was in somewhere where Cedro went. In one of the catacombs, I think.
Okay.
Someplace.
In that case, I see. From what I can tell, this dagger has great potential. It can be used to become magical, even if it is not magical right now. I can offer you a fair, handsome price for it.
Do you have any magical daggers?
I see. You want a magical dagger. Of what variety would you like it? I can see at your side you already have a misty dagger.
I'd like something else. Similar.
So you already have a secret weapon. How about of an open, intimidating weapon? Weapon with which you can use to terrify those who come before you. A weapon like this. And he pulls up this glowing red and black blade. The hilt itself looks like it's made out of like obsidian, and it has like red engraved in it. It's the dagger itself. As you stare to it, it has an eye on its hilt. The lines on the hilt seem to be moving slightly as you stare at it, and the blade itself is almost pure white. This dagger will terrify those that you use it against. Mechanically speaking, this dagger, if you are using it to threaten someone, adds your proficiency to your intimidation checks. So you guys are currently dealing with Melkazar out in the open. The crowd around you is horrified, and some are staying to watch, but a good portion of them are slowly dispersing now that Gilgamesh is clearly walking away. Who's standing by? The cart's still nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adding your proficiency, even if I already have that, which I do.
Yes.
Okay, so I essentially have the expertise in it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to my dagger for yours?
My dagger comes already enchanted, and
But mine is
yours is pretty. I can go here or there. Do you have anything else to offer? Perhaps sweeten the deal a bit?
I cannot offer you the item itself, but perhaps what the item holds.
What do you mean?
Holds out in the sorrows.
Leviticus was a bit disappointed.
Thomas just starts like.
And also a bit like a bit like.
Are you
overcharged.
offering me a soul?
Did he leave him or did he take him?
Would that be sufficient instead of my dagger?
His eyes seem to come alive as he stares at it. Yes. Yes, it would. It would indeed.
Of course, I would need something else in return as well.
Yeah, I have it written down as well.
Very well.
A soul is extremely valuable.
Agreed. Then perhaps in that case I can add you this sheath that this dagger comes with.
No,
Since it's a sheath. Whenever you draw your dagger from this sheath... Okay. Whenever you draw this dagger from your sheath, it becomes automatically poisoned. The skin of this is made from the hide of a gorgon.
Moira nods.
And adds 1d4 poison damage to the weapon that is sheathed within it. In addition to the dagger, that is all he offers, not a bit more, not a bit less.
Alright,
Both of them require attunement individually.
yeah, that's fine. With that, Moira does what I guess help remove a soul from, or allow.
Malkazar holds your ring and putting one of his fingers to it. You guys have all seen Harry Potter, right?
Yep.
Just imagine the scene where Dumbledore's like removing a memory from his head or something and putting it in the pensieve, whatever it's called. He does a similar effect with your ring, and he slurps it up like a noodle.
So wait, he ate your soul?
A soul.
He ate a soul.
Not mine.
Does it taste like leather?
Tastes like life. He's having a moment. Who's next?
Moira bows to him and
Alright. I look forward to helping you in the future.
do you have a name for the dagger or just intimidation dagger?
Alright, so you took the wood pattern.
Yeah.
Let me double check. No, you can come up with your own name for it.
Alright, I'll think about it.
Summarize done? Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
These are not going to be looking. No.
Don't worry about those who are not here. They will have their own chance to get items from Malkazar.
Is there any catch to this?
What?
Is there any catch to this trading?
Malkazar smiles widely at you and says, Catch! I may have been known to make a couple bad deals here and there, but if Gilgamesh wants you to be prepared for war, then prepared for war you will be.
Okay.
First and foremost, Gilgamesh is an honorable person. If he wants to see you on the battlefield, he wants to see you at your strongest. Nothing less would satisfy him. That's why he came 3 months prior to warn the leaders of this town what will come.
I kind of like him.
Yeah, he said, like, honestly, like, as soon as he shook your hand, Leviticus was like, "It doesn't seem like a bad guy."
I don't want to join him, honestly.
I feel like he should, and then just
And
not tell Chris. It's just like Chris wakes up. You know, Chris, you wake up. You're in the cart after being last thing you remember was being knocked out by Karnesh. You step outside, and everyone's just chatting around the fire, like very amicably with Gilgamesh.
Or we wait. We don't tell him until 3 months has passed.
I feel like someone would let slip.
We don't.
In character. Oh, just be very careful about it.
He's been wanting to do a new character.
It is very public knowledge, FYI, that you guys have now been treated to talking both directly with Gilgamesh and one of his lieutenants. So, just so you know. Going to a tavern will reveal this fact to anyone and everyone.
Hey, listen.
I see it.
Yeah.
You,
If they listen.
okay. Quiet down, guys. Let's go to the next person so we don't spend the entire session here.
You have so many magical items, I don't know exactly what would help me.
Well, of course. I have gear here that will make you stronger, faster, tougher. I have... he points at your claw. I have stuff that will make the rest of you like this perfect form of your arm here.
I don't want to be any more like...
I see. In that case, I can give you things that will, make you hit harder. What is it about you that you feel generally lacking? What is it that frustrates you when you fight?
I feel like when I get hit, it hurts much more than when other people get hit. I don't wear armor.
So you want something that makes you hardier?
Yeah, perhaps. I don't wear armor. I've not been trained to wear armor.
Melkazar passes a trained eye over you. I see. So you want something that makes you tougher, harder to kill. But what is this? I see something else within you, some sort of rage at... let me ask you this. Do you ever have a problem hitting what's right in front of you?
On occasion.
Repeatedly so.
On occasion.
Would you like something like that, or would you like something that just makes you hardier? Because I have items here that will solve that predicament for you.
I think I would prefer that to being harder to hit. I want to be useful to my companions.
I see. So, something that makes you more likely to hit and less, and will get hurt less. And of course, being you as a monk, you don't want to really necessarily wear armor, so most of my stuff here would not be of too good use to you. However, I do have these. They are called the Relentless Wraps. They go around your arms. You wear them over your fists and your arms, and when you get hit, or if you are to miss. So there's two different triggers for this. If you are hurt by an attack, not by a spell. If you are hurt by an attack, then you are able to hit back even better. As in, sorry, let me phrase this better. Whenever you miss, or whenever you are hurt by a non-magical attack, you get a +1 bonus to damage and to hit for your next attack. This stacks.
That's awesome.
Yes, so it guarantees that, at a certain point, it's going to be impossible for you to miss unless you're rolling ones.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to trade for this?
Well, being a monk, I don't have very much, but I do have an ever-smoking bottle, as well as
Trinkets at best.
As well as a pomegranate plant.
Pomegranate, you say? Call me intrigued. I have my own collection of like-minded plants. I'm really a fan of bumpkins.
God damn it.
I am willing to trade this for your plant, if you wish.
I would be happy to do so, provided that I can perhaps keep one of the pomegranates for myself.
Sure, of course. After all, sharing is caring. He takes the pomegranates off your hands and hands you the relentless wraps.
Yay!
Anybody else that needs refinement in their everyday equipment? I see someone doing a weird hand motion.
Hey.
Konesh, what would you like? Steven, Leviticus, make sure you're thinking about something along the lines of what you would like.
Steven's not going to deal with him. He doesn't trust him.
Very well then.
Just anything that can make me better.
Better how? Better with women? Wink. I have several ghost pants that I hear are all the rage.
No. Stronger, faster, hardier, something of the like.
Stronger, faster, harder.
You want something that makes you hardier, stronger, or faster? Alright. Let's see here. Let's see what I got. Okay. How about this? He pulls out a faded black chest plate. It's not pure black, but it is made out of some sort of what we're gonna call this like black ebony for like the texture, but it is black.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You are when you wear this chest piece, whenever you take a long rest, you can choose whether this chest piece molds itself to your body to protect you better, or what's the word? Or to allow you to move faster. Now, notice, Barbarian, that this chest piece has this special condition about it. As long as you wear this chest piece, you cannot wear any other piece of clothing, like, around here. You can't wear another, like, top piece of clothing, but it does not count as armor per se, since it has no AC bonuses. normally. So basically on a long rest, you can choose either to get +2 to AC, or you can choose to you already have advantage on initiative. You can choose to be able to take the dash action as a bonus action.
Okay. Sounds good. Boy. Muscle.
Everyone will become Sonic by the end of this campaign, I think. That's what's happening.
Gotta go fast. That sounds good to me. I have this lovely cloak of many things. Got it off.
Seems like quite a few of the pieces are removed. But the boat's still there. That's it. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to hand this over?
Yeah.
Thank you. He hands you the ebony. Oh, so it's called the ebony chest piece of faded sorrow. Don't let anybody near you die while you're wearing it. Anyway, continuing on to the next person. Tiefling girl. How may I help you?
Sorry, I just I know why you called it the ebony chest piece. Going all Elder Scrolls on SSE. I'm just gonna look at him and just like look in my pockets and pour out 19 gold, 5 silver, and 3 copper. This is everything I have.
I'll see what I can do for you, child. And he sweeps up all of your money. What are you looking for?
I kind of really want to go for the decoration. Good. My parents used to be cultists, and they had a deck that had a lot of things going on with it. I think they called it the deck of many things.
Malkazar's face slowly falls as you continue that sentence.
I kind of like to pull from that, because they never let me, and I want to know what happens.
I thought you guys got rid of this guy.
What?
She only joined with us a while ago.
Okay. I have a generator right here. Let's see if we can get it to... There we go.
Spin for me. Did I get the Medusa again?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so a skull. A dead wraith appears. A dread wraith appears. Treat this creature as an unturnable undead. This character must fight it alone.
I think Leviticus just died. This wasn't my intent, but okay.
Do you want to try to kill it, or do you want to just say Leviticus dies?
He might have a chance.
It's a dread wraith?
It's a dread wraith, yes. I'll have to get my book real quick and see what that is.
Give me your honest opinion if you think I can kill it.
Yeah, I will. Let me just see if I can find it first.
It's immune to fire damage. Let's just say right now that Leviticus is dead.
It might be under Wraith.
When I saw the skull, I was like, did you just blink out of existence?
I thought it was the void.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did Leviticus just die? Anyway, so let's see. It might be on this page, otherwise it's not in this book.
Totally help me.
You have to fight it alone.
You have to fight it alone.
It tells you I have to fight you.
You have to fight it alone. If other people help you, more will appear.
Don't tell them that!
I'm telling them that so that there's so everyone can be on a fair ground, because I did show the card. So I think you are supposed to be allowed to read the card. Dread Wraith.
Chances were in my
I might just have to Google it. Mm-hmm.
There's like stuff.
I'm just gonna Google it.
Apple. You can get like a free wish.
In the skull I'm looking at, it just says a skeleton. It's a ghostly humanoid skeleton in a black robe. It doesn't say there's anything special about it. It actually links, and this is from Roll20. It just links to the normal skeleton.
This is from Wizards of the Coast. So.
But is it like 3.5 edition, or is it 5th edition, or what?
It might be.
Because this is from the 5th edition SRD. Just take it directly from it. So this
I
is,
don't have my DMG on me. So let's. Okay. So someone else confirm with me. What does the skull card say then?
like make sure you specify 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was much more broken in 3.5.
Yeah.
Apparently so. If that's what's gonna happen.
I was honestly kind of hoping to pull the Fool.
Okay. You summon an avatar of death, a ghostly humanoid skeleton clad in tattered black robes and carrying a spectral scythe. It appears in a space of the DM's choice within 10 feet of you and attacks you, warning all others that you must win the battle alone. The avatar fights until you die or it drops to 0 hit points, whereupon it disappears. If anyone tries to help you, the helper gets their own avatar of death. It doesn't say anything like specific about what the avatar of death is, other than describing it as a skeleton. I would assume that it's not just a basic
Yeah.
skeleton.
So just give me a second.
Skeleton.
Well, Avatar of Death sounds like it would actually be in like the Monster Hunter
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna double check for Avatar of Death. It's probably gonna be in the Monster Manual, not Volo's, if it is. It is not. It may just be a generic thing. D&D 5e.
Someone on Reddit tried to look it up, and apparently he doesn't have an actual monster info page. So, who knows?
It's just a thing that looks like a Grim Reaper.
Oh, it's in the DMG page 164.
Does anyone have the DMG?
I think you're the only one that has it.
I have one.
Okay, can you take a picture of it, send it to me? Don't let Cody see the page. Mine's in my car, so I'd have to run up to get it. So unless you guys want to take a break.
I'm down with taking a break.
Okay, let's just take a break. I'll be back 5 minutes. Leviticus, you may die, you may not. This is your own fault.
And next,
Why do I always get bad stuff? There's literally more than 50
what does it cost to pull a card?
What?
What does it cost to pull a card from it?
What's a random generator?
You already took one thing, you're not pulling another card.
No, I can't pull one myself?
No.
Okay, go.
I would let you pull, since you haven't gotten to pull yet. But then you
No, I was just figuring that, if he has the money, he can actually buy another thing.
Yeah. I did want to ask for an actual item that I could then potentially sell for actual money, since I was handing over 19 gold and change. Can you see your PHP? Just feel it. Good. So the question is, how many fools do you bet many things does it take for me to kill my character? The answer is 2. That's good.
Bart, you have to see everything.
I kind of want to live in that taxi bar. Okay, I'm going to the taxi bar. Let's do this.
You have to sass with that.
Oh, yeah, should be.
You do look at rules PDF. No, you need to stop for it. I hate when I saw the visuals for this. Mostly because my hair. So many aliens.
Oh, God.
Ruin all forms of wealth you carry or own other than magic items are lost to you.
That would be fine, because they can just hand it over the only gold I have. Nothing else I have would be ruined.
We could make this avatar deck
Well,
into the Hydra.
specifically about wealth and property ownership and such. It doesn't sit. Oh, no.
The only exclusion it says is magic items.
We could turn the avatar of death.
The Leviticus would be
Hydra.
left standing there naked in a cloak.
Make it a Hydra. I attack yours. I get one. You attack one. I attack yours.
Just in midnight.
What's your health, Leviticus?
83.
Okay.
Is it immune to fire? Because if it is, just straight up I'm dead.
It is not immune to fire. Everyone in the crowd turns and runs screaming. It currently floats above the ground. And just generally looks terrifying. It is slowly floating towards you. Leviticus, roll initiative. You may have a chance.
May have a chance. Okay.
Can we see what it looks like?
Cool.
It is. It looks. Actually,
Because depending on what it actually looks like,
I got 8.
I actually have a perfect image for this that has been seen prior. So, if I can find it, I'll send it via chat. Everyone can see this. So, for our purposes, it won't be a skeleton. It's actually mostly humanoid. This avatar of death is getting sent to the Team Ragtag.
Yeah. Can you put me up a barn sheet?
I'll have to wait when Miranda's waiting upstairs. But
Yeah.
So it'll probably be like 20
There you
minutes.
go. Check Team Ragtag. This is what is currently facing Leviticus.
oh wow. I'm on the floor praying.
You are on the floor praying.
If there were popcorn, Moira would be in.
Leviticus decides to stand and fight. Everyone else, what are you doing?
Okay.
It does warn you very eerily not to interfere.
Trying to look at the old man. You know, I wonder
It
how happy.
must win this fight alone. Melchizar has turned pale. Yeah, he takes the deck and he puts it away. Bye. And he starts running.
Alright, I'm gonna move. If Malchazar's running, I'm gonna move the wagon away.
Thank goodness Leviticus went last.
Happy with that.
We'll say that he tried to offer to Stephen and Stephen rejected him.
In my defense, I assume that since, you know, he was told to help us, he probably would have rigged the deck.
You can't rig the deck of many things.
But you can't have decks with less than maximum cards in them. If you just find a deck that people are pulled from it.
No, I'm fairly certain that even if the deck is destroyed, the heart of the deck actually exists outside of the universe, so that does not sound logical to me.
Find decks that have less than maximum cards in them. You could theoretically find a deck that consists only of good cards.
Oh, yeah, so I see. Anyway, that was not the case in this time because I did not know it, so you guys get the out-of-game knowledge that was not the case. So I'm rolling initiative now. Sorry, I was giving myself a second. You rolled a what? Because he rolled 11. You rolled an 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so the avatar of death floats towards you. It is currently speaking in a multitude of languages, most of which you know, some of which you don't, and it raises its scythe and swings it, leaving like an image of it behind as it flies in the air towards you with a... I'm sorry, I just actually read that wrong. Okay, so you... Actually, funnily enough, immediately take 8 slashing damage and then 7 necrotic damage as the scythe goes through you and through your armor, completely removing your ability to avoid it.
So how is that total?
I think I said 8 and 7, so 15. I may be wrong in the first one.
Maybe you should just be like, check, and this is very similar, like different one pop up.
It's your turn, Leviticus.
Different like Leviticus, you want to keep doing that. Yeah. And if I don't have...
Leviticus, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I can do now.
You have people currently around you, however, no innocent civilians. You do have the cart nearby, though.
Well, everyone said they backed that stuff up.
Yeah, we're all backed away.
I assuming they backed it up far enough away to be outside of my blast radius, as it.
Okay, they took the cart as well with them, we'll assume.
No, I stated I moved the cart.
Okay, I did not hear that. My apologies.
Yes.
Well,
Where I
stated
help?
it.
Where I help?
Here's the issue. Like, if I try to move away so I can cast spells, I'm probably going to die before because he doesn't even have to move it. He just hits. Yeah. So that just straight up doubles his damage output. But then, if I try to cast spells, it's at disadvantage. The only option would be the fireball, which we got this guy. No, I hit it. Unless he has like half my health, there's no way I'm killing him before killing myself. Especially if he succeeds his dex saves.
You want to roll... Well, I want to say nature, but it's undead. So unnature?
Wouldn't that be religion?
Sure, we'll go with religion.
I like the Arcana argument there, actually.
Okay, fine. Roll Arcana. I don't mind.
I can't find freaking religion on here. It's under... I'm doing Arcana. So 5. Yeah.
The gods are angry at you. The gods themselves.
Well, you know what? Last time I was about to die, I made a pact with a demon and he saved me. Maybe it'll happen again.
I do not want to see the
To be fair, he wanted his person to help us, not give us avatars of death to fight. So if he shows up, Leviticus is just gonna be like, yeah, totally, deal.
Oh yeah, Malkazar looked terrified when he ran away, just FYI.
Yeah. I am going to. I am going to.
Scream and shout and let it all out.
And scream and shout. And let it out. Because it goes on and on.
I am going to quicken Fireball and cast Fireball just far enough forward that it will hit the skeleton guy, but not me. So 35 feet from the skeleton guy.
We'll also say it's up in the air. Ooh, okay, sure. I just had to think about. Yeah, we'll say it's possible. The square should be big enough, and if you do it high enough, you should avoid the buildings.
Like, assuming the fountain is bigger than 5 feet around, this area is pretty big.
Yeah, you're good, Cody.
That's a deck.
Deck save. I am rolling. I am reading out loud 17. Oh, God, she succeeded.
Yeah, so that's half damage. It's 45 damage.
What is the damage?
He's getting it.
You gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't
Oh.
matter like it or not.
Seven. That's. Well, it could average out to more. Hold on. Let's do this properly.
That was only 7?
Hold on. 14 fire damage. That's after halving.
Okay.
And then I will go ahead
It is injured.
and launch Firebolt. Attempt to hit him with a Firebolt.
Yes. Make an attack to hit.
No.
Your firebolt goes wide, shaky as you are after seeing this thing just float towards you eerily. Head unmoving as it makes sound. Is that the end of your turn, Leviticus? It raises its scythe, and once again it slashes it through you, chilling you to your very core. You take 4 slashing damage and 7 necrotic damage. So a total of 11 damage. Back to you, Leviticus. Scream and shout and let it all out.
I'm going to again quicken Firebolt.
Okay. Reading out loud as I see it, it is a 6. I think it failed it because it's higher than 9.
35 fire damage. I'm an idiot. Why do I do this to myself?
The Avatar of Death lets out an unearthly scream. Oops, I muted myself. Okay, the Avatar of Death lets out an unearthly scream as its form wavers and disappears in front of you, and you hear it say, "I will return." It disappears from in front of you. You have defeated an Avatar of Death.
Nice. All right.
Peeking out from buildings around, people are in awe and terrified, and you hear scattered applause from around the town.
Above me.
But no one is approaching you by any means. Meanwhile, at the top of the stairs, you see 3 of the leaders still standing in the doorway. The 4th one is mysteriously missing. And they call down to you guys. May we talk to you?
You can launch a fireball into the air. It's about
I
what?
think they take a step back involuntarily, and they say, "You've made your point already. Please, come inside, out of view of the others."
Well, allow us to speak with you here. And they open in view of witnesses.
The 4th council member peeks out from the inside of the door and says, "Yeah, that might be the safer play. Yeah." So they, regrettably, the 4 walk down towards you guys. I'll get back to you in 1 second. Let me just write something down. Oh, okay. Anyway, the 4 now walk down towards you guys. As you guys look at them.
They walk to us.
Yeah. They were convinced that having this conversation maybe in front of a crowd would be a little bit better for them.
Well, I think it's for us, then. Whatever they want.
Leading them is a greenish, like aqua green, blue genasi, walking down the stairs towards you guys. His skin is covered with what appears to be words. As he walks down, the words seem to ripple and move. His almost all of his skin is covered with these names that appear on it all over his body. Next, what?
Do I recognize any of the names?
They seem to be random names. You don't really, in particular, pick out any of them.
Okay.
Next to him is a tall, scarlet-haired woman. And to his left is a large, round man. He's a little bit shorter than the others, and he seems to be patting sweat off his brow as he makes his way down. And following them is a 4th, very scared and very cautious old man as he kind of slinks down the stairs and it seems very skittish as he walks towards you guys.
Does he have a long beard?
What?
Does he have a long beard?
His beard would be of a decent length. It would not be long, I would say. It'd be like... Actually, I guess it would be long because I'm imagining to about here.
Yeah.
He's a very old man. You can see, like, spots on his head. He's mostly bald except for his beard.
be the place to do it.
The Genasi looks at you all and says, "We saw that you were approached by Gilgamesh, and we saw that you denied him, and that your friend here, this tiefling, managed to fight off a terrifying specter. On behalf of this town and behalf of its people, will you please help us?"
What's in it for us?
The woman to his right seems a bit angry at him for asking, and the skittish man just steps forward and he's like, of course, we would glad to have you live here in this town. Yes, we can help you defend our town.
No,
Live here.
we came to stop Gilgamesh in the first place.
Oh, thank you. He drops to the floor, bowing to you guys.
I,
And
I,
you hear the woman just say, "Get up, man." What would you say, Han?
I pulled him off of the ground. Don't make a fool of yourself, please.
Moirai has to stifle his laughter.
Moirai has... What was that, sorry?
He has to stifle his laughter.
You see? Can you hide your laughter?
Oh, no,
Please. The Genasi looks at you with a pained look and says, "Please." Ignore him. He's not in his right mind. The meeting with Gilgamesh has not been kind to some of us, he says, glaring at the man. The portly man on his left says, "Yes, maybe you should think about going back upstairs, Brazel. You probably should go back upstairs." Yes, of course. Please help us, please. And he like scurries back up the stairs and like slams the door behind him. I'm sorry. We have no words for the actions of Brazel. But please, in all seriousness, without the help of people like you, I fear our beloved city of Leybourne will fall. We've only been given less than 3 months to prepare. I let you guys know at the beginning of this session. My calendar up till now has been off. I've actually only marked down that you guys have been traveling for 5 days. So this is the calendar we're going by. You have 85 days left, roughly. We will keep better track starting now.
Okay, because I had it written down when you first told us 2.5 months.
Yeah, so that was my apologies for that. Anyway, your guys' responses?
Have you seen a Yanti woman?
You're with her? Though the portly man looks fairly distressed at this. Yes, we have.
She's a good friend of ours.
She went ahead of
Of course
us
she is.
to your lodgings.
I can tell you where she went. She's up there. He points at the top of a small hill. You see a small castle.
Is that why she needed all the money?
We have the castle.
Probably. She robbed us blind.
If she does that, you would not believe how many stores we can never return to.
To be fair.
Save our city, and you guys can have the castle.
Well, that was crazy.
Okay.
Hold on. If she already bought the castle, then they're just offering to let us have what we already won.
Can we have the money back?
Staffed.
Guess that's the money.
No, they said that it's.
We can buy something.
She didn't pay for it to be staffed. If you save our city, until you save our city, we will make sure that you have everything you need. Just please, help us.
Okay.
We're not expecting for Gilgamesh himself to be here when we arrive.
Let's just say that's a bit of a surprise to us all.
Was he just telling you that he's going to attack your city?
Sorry, what was that?
Was he just telling you that he plans to attack your city?
The Genasi in the middle gets a slightly pained look on his face, and he says, looking towards the people that are watching from their houses a ways away and slowly are walking towards the group to listen in, just casually. He says loudly so everyone can hear. Gilgamesh came here to warn us. In 3 months' time, he will come for this city. We will defend it as well as we can, but unless more people hear the word of this, I fear that we will not win a resounding victory. Tell your neighbors, tell your families, tell your friends. Send aid to Leybourne. And he looks back at you guys. That answer your question?
When you said send aid, I thought you were going to say Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
This Sunday at Leybourne, Gilgamesh. Hey,
Send age.
never go. Wrestle.
He didn't tell you anything else.
That our defenses were weak and we were unprepared for a fight. That our military is shoddy and ramshackle at best, and that our soldiers have less attention spans than a 5-year-old. I could go on, but I'd rather not.
Steven has a point.
I can perhaps help with the soldiers. I trained at a monastery. I'm very good at strengthening attention spans, words.
Trade.
Sorry, this is not my first language.
I see. Well, in any way you can help, we will gladly accept it. Leviticus, Moirai, Karnesh, anything to add?
He will ask if it's in here, Mom.
He will ask, is it in here, Mom?
He will ask if there are any thieves' guilds in town.
This may sound weird, but you will have to talk to the clergy for that.
I can assist them
Yes, churches.
better sneaking and better attack strategies.
Yes, the clergy and close my phone with all the names. Why did I do this to myself? The clergy and Arena here. Arena cuts him off with a motion of her hand. And she says, yes, we have a thieves guild. What do you want?
I can assist you in learning better strategies and sneak attacks.
Say nothing about the subtlety.
Very sneaky.
I will...
Literally holds
And
the
with
knife,
this,
slowly
he
pushes into
pulls
you,
from his
so
neck
it's-
the pendant of
because he's
his
not
house.
Stabbing you.
The Arena looks slightly surprised at that and says, I see. Very well then. You will find the Thieves Guild near the church.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You will find the Thieves Guild near the church. Go there sometime, and we will see what help you can provide.
Do you have a library?
You'd like to burn
No.
At this, the Ganassi answers again, yes. Why?
All of the books brought to the castle.
all of them.
No.
All of them. I will have to say, we will allow you to take books out as you wish, but I cannot allow you to have all the books at once. They would not fit.
No limit then. Like on checking out books.
That's
I
the
need to
same
go-
thing as saying that you want all the books at once.
There might be information we can find in there that'll help us defend the city. I mean, if
I
you
will
wanna-
leave that decision up to the librarians in charge of it.
Staff exclusively by sexual library.
all of them tieflings. In that case, I'm going to need some compensation so that I don't have to spend time trying to find food and shelter and taking care of myself and such while I research a way to defend your city.
The castle, like I said, will be staffed and stocked. You will not have to worry about that.
Well, I don't know why she needs more. We have a castle.
compensation.
Exactly. It's not exactly cheap to run in. We don't have that much money to spare if we're going to be building an army at the same time.
It's not exactly cheap to save a city either. I mean, I could, of course, just let. I wanted to say generic for a second. What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Could just have Gilgamesh bring in all of his spooky ghost people to terrorize the town. I don't have to chase them off. Because I just gave all of my gold
I
to
will
get
give you all
killed.
of my money. I will work for food. Anyway.
Out of
Stop
curiosity,
letting
would you happen to know of any local arch knights?
Let me remember. No. The Arch Knights are far on the other side of the country. Not many of them ever come here, and those that do mostly just pass through on their way to further lands.
Would you have any buildings that they would frequent?
Well, parts of the city were built by the Arch Knights, so I would say that if you were to look at look of the history of this town within the library, you might be able to find what you are seeking. Talking distant history at this point. No one's living memory remembers this.
Okay. Then hearing this, Steven's gonna leave to go to the library after
Yeah,
asking.
not told you where the library is, but okay.
Well, still,
Where is the library?
It's underneath the city hall behind us.
And do you have any shops that sell magical items around here?
1, you were just begging for money. And 2, we are a poor port town. We don't have the biggest access to magical items in the world. The best you might find is a kettle.
True. What does the magic kettle do?
I was making an exaggeration.
Oh.
is there a magic toaster?
A knife that is slightly warm? I don't know. What?
It's a true butter knife. A knife that will always slide easily through butter, no matter how cold it is.
Yeah, I can fix better. Every time.
If only you could fight a butter elemental now.
Clearly, the solution here. You could use that again. The solution here would just be to cut the butter, and then if it doesn't spread right, you're just mending it back into a block of butter and try again.
What?
Anyway, is anyone else gonna ask for anything? Or are you still negotiating Leviticus?
Well, there's no magic items, and no one's let me get gold, so no, nothing for these people.
Well, then this might help. I'm gonna pull out the painting.
Pretty.
Can you tell me where to find this place?
Did you do it?
No. How fun was it?
He's handsome. Place.
I see a tree. There are many trees in a large forest.
You know.
You never know. You can
Are you asking anything else?
Legitimate question here.
Si, senor.
This is going to sound very overwhelming like that. How much oil would you guys be able to get in 2 weeks?
When's he getting you a table? Oh, right, we have to finish soon. In 2 weeks?
Because you are on a river, presumably you can...
Why 2 weeks?
We only have 2.5 weeks or so until Gilgamesh.
No, we have 85 days.
Oh, 2 months. How much oil can you get in 2 months?
I'll have to calculate that for you another day. However, the portly man says he'll get on it.
Alright.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed what your answer was to the painting question.
The painting question? It's a tree. There are many trees in a large forest. Do you have anything else you could go off of?
This specific spot in the painting, though, does anything resemble it?
I'm sorry, this is not specific enough for us to pinpoint. Well, do you have anything else to go off of?
All I have here written down is east of Sanjuria, north of the Palancar Mountains, and south of Iron Bay. Which I'm assuming we're already meeting all that criteria right now anyway, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any guides that are familiar with the lands?
Yeah, if you ask around, there are plenty of hunters and stuff that frequent these forests.
Alright.
It's got stars on there. What about astrologists?
An astrologist is what got you this close.
Any more specific?
Not really. Yeah, I tried tried getting as close to a pinpoint in that area, location as I could.
Yeah,
When Beth was with me.
yeah, Beth was asking about star charts and shit.
Yeah. Beth was asking the big questions. The questions Karnesh couldn't get that.
Yeah.
Just about information's a little tough sometimes.
Yeah, that's what that's doing.
Yeah.
Like we need to look at star charts to figure out where this is. We'll go talk to the botanist.
All right. That's it for me.
I'm just digging through some of these constellations.
We have one additional request for you. We don't need your answer now, but we do wish that you consider this seriously, as it would vastly improve the morale in the city, knowing you guys are truly going to help us. Here in this city, we have a custom, sort of ruling or tradition, if you wish. A true citizen is not his own person. They become a slave to another, and it is only by being a slave to others can we know how to truly trust those that we live with in our town. As you can see by the names written on my body, I am a slave to every person that is in this town. I apologize for not introducing myself earlier, but I am Colton. I am the acting mayor of this town, and I humbly beseech you to seriously consider becoming slaves yourselves to our city. Maybe not to us in particular, but to someone here in the city.
Sounds reasonable. I'll think of it.
That is certainly a proposition.
I'm a slave to no one but my order. And even that does not serve it to me.
There was a town I visited once. And in that town, anyone who was taller than a certain height was considered to be slaves of the short. They tried to make me a slave. The town is now in ruins. I'll consider your proposition.
But these ones are kind enough.
Very well.
My parents were that nice.
Hence why I consider.
Slavery is not condoned within my faith.
You seem to be misunderstanding our brand of slavery here. Here, slavery is more likened to a job as it is elsewhere. You dedicate half a day of every day to your master or masters. And in doing so, during this time, you must, as best you can, fulfill the wishes of your master and vice versa. And if you are a master of someone else, you are expected to treat them with the respect of another human being, for we are all slaves in the eyes of God, of our gods.
What if you are a slave to more than two?
We wish to have it publicly known and shown proudly that we accept our blind faith in one another as a community.
Or more than two people for half a day?
A slave with multiple masters will work. The two masters are expected to work it out so that the slave still only works half a day. With how many people I work with, I am expected to just keep my duties as mayor responsible to the people. Any person may come up to me and request to me a small portion of my time. However, that time may not exceed half a day. And that is how slavery works here.
I saw from the symbol outside your gate, you are mostly followers of Talos, yes?
It would be wrong to say that is not our predominant division of religion. However, it is also wrong to assume that most of us are followers of Talos. There is a large portion of us that do worship Talos and like-minded gods. However, they mostly keep themselves separate from the workings of the city. As such, that is why you see no clergymen here on the town council. They keep themselves separate from us and our town.
I am a follower of Ilmatar. Within my faith, Ilmatar is a god of endurance and self-sacrifice. I would not be opposed to helping the lowest amongst your populace.
We thank you for your kindness. Perhaps another time we can cement exactly what you mean by that.
Whoever seems to have a very hard life, works very hard, sees very little, I would like to help them.
Alright then. Then perhaps at another time we can help you find someone. Or if you wish, you can find someone on your own. It is up to every person to find their own masters. It is not forced upon anybody.
Where can one have the names of their masters put upon their skin?
What if you were not to have it?
No, where can one have the names?
He's asking for a tattoo.
Where can you get a tattoo?
Where do you get a tattoo? Oh, okay. There are several shops that supply the skills necessary and the ink to apply these to your skin. And should the case be, if you are someone like me or several other citizens of this town where you do not have natural skin, there are other ways of imprinting it on yourself.
Larry wants to get a tattoo of his symbol.
Okay, you can do that at a later time.
Yeah, you will. Mostly doing it to make a statement.
Okay. Anybody else have...
Is there anywhere we can go to like meet potential masters, like a slavers only, or
Like a job fair? The job fair, basically.
Slaver us.
When you said slavers only, did anyone else think of farmers only?
Yes.
You realize that every citizen here is expected to be a slave of someone else. As such, everyone is both a slave, and most of us are also a master. There are some few of us that are masterless. No, slaveless.
We will say,
That doesn't
with all due respect, none of us here are citizens.
Yes, we are asking you to become citizens in full of our city, Leybourne.
Is there like some sort of binding magical contract that's part of the slave ownership, or is it just kind of a social agreement?
Should the case be, the clergymen are more than willing to assist those that wish a more permanent contract. However, most of them are purely social. However, any slave found disobeying or outright, what's the word? Disrespecting his master is to be found in contempt and removed from our city. Ours is a community of trust, and anyone who breaks that trust does not belong here.
Like a commune.
A lot more than I thought.
But I really hate it.
I really hate a lot of things.
This is true.
Oh, I think that you're
I
fine.
think you make this. I think you make this.
This is a smallish town. I should tell you now, as you would think about 600-ish people living here.
All right. Well, should we get to our lodgings?
Before we go, I want to ask them one more thing. Is there a specific training ground or barracks type area where the soldiers?
Is there a specific barracks, you said?
Yes. Is there a specific place where the soldiers stay and train and whatnot?
Yes, they are kept out. Well, the training grounds are outside the walls of the city, but they do have a barracks within the walls near the gates.
Because I would like to help with training the soldiers to prepare for Gilgamesh.
That would be greatly appreciated.
I should hope to meet their captain soon.
Very well then. You have.
Are you the captain?
Yes.
The pleasure then.
Likewise.
Well, I would like to, when we get the chance, develop a training regimen and start implementing it within their schedule.
Agreed. So, you guys have all your plans set, correct? You guys know where you're going to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, we're going to call this session a little bit early and start wrapping up here because I prepared with less material than I had thought I would need. So, we're going to stop here. Most of you guys should immediately message me about what you personally are going to do, since a lot of this does not require the full attention of an entire session devoted to each individual's needs. So, we're going to spend the next day or two entirely in private chats with me. So make sure you contact me and let me know what you're doing. That way I can get back to you. If you do not get to me, if you don't talk to me by the next session, I'm not going to stop and try to track you down. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So this is basically your homework. If I don't get back to you, that's a different story. But I will try to get back to you guys as fast as I can. In that case, I hope this session was good. I'm glad you guys had a great impression of Gilgamesh.
I actually really like him.
Yeah,
I
Gilgamesh
wish we
seems
could be
like a
buddies.
pretty neat. He's your dad. Of course, you should be friends with him.
Wait, is he actually your dad?
No, he's not my dad.
No one has corrected Leviticus every time she said this.
I've told you already.
She doesn't believe you because you haven't given her any other evidence to the contrary.
Leviticus is legit death killer now.
No, it's not.
Over the next couple days, Hesta gets a slight renown throughout the town as Hesta Silvertongue,
Hey.
talking the city out of the small castle. Hannah or Creo, if either of you guys wish to, if anybody wishes to talk to me about what specifically is in the castle, I am more than willing to have someone assist me, let's say, in the creation of a small castle that you guys will be spending as your stronghold. I fully intended you guys to enjoy this town enough that you at least will keep the stronghold. Whether or not it's on the side of the city or on the side of Gilgamesh, it's entirely up to you guys. If it gets destroyed, though, c'est la vie. Such as D&D.
I kind of really want to do that, actually. Would anyone be opposed to me, making up, a mock layout for the castle?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Drawing
Go
that?
ahead.
Yeah,
You seem like you did with the,
Oh yeah, you can do that in Minecraft. It'd be
Which
great.
it's really amazing once I actually put the buildings in.
I
Let
think
me
we
know
should.
whenever I can send them that.
Yeah, I sent you the basic city of the basic layout of the town. If you guys look at the layout, You actually can't see the place where your castle is. It's the little L in the upper right for part of the town, separated from the rest of the city. You guys got prime real estate. You won't believe how expensive it is, and
How cheap when we got it?
yeah.
So, is the L the one that's inside the walls, or the one way at the very north?
You see that little like pixel that looks like it's a dot right next? No, I'm kidding. It's the one inside the walls.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
The one that overlooks the-
Yeah, if anyone wants to know, like,
That's us.
I'm assuming you're giving
Nice.
us free reign on
Good
like
job,
what the inside. Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah, you just make sure to talk to me about what actually is inside the castle in terms of like raising its like wealth and like what you can do inside of it. Because like for example, there's not going to be entirely fully stocked library inside of the castle. I'm sorry.
Presumably there is a room with shelves.
We'll consider this castle entirely abandoned and empty prior to you guys coming into it. So anything extra you guys want in it, you will have to either you guys will have to obtain or get installed in some way, shape, or form.
Are we free with like the types of rooms though, like big vaulted ceiling and then smaller rooms? And, like...
Try to keep it to a reasonable size relative to how it looks on the map.
Yeah, no, it will be.
No Gothic structures. As to slightly fit in with the town, though I am willing to accept some crazy stuff. Creo, may I see your painting, how it's progressed? Your drawing, not painting.
I need to put my stuff away.
I'll talk with you about size of the building later.
Can you see it?
Not at all. I mean, like, I know what it is because I saw Creo drawing it earlier. That looks horrifyingly good.
Check comes and burns down the castle.
He likes it.
Well, you know what? Castle is back.
So is anyone else like thinking about the fact that maybe Nick like sat there and role played Hesta like taking the castle from people?
He totally did.
Because the face he made when he's like, yeah, she swindled everyone. Oh. Like, this happened. I sat there and did it. It's canon now.
He ran through it in his head.
He's like he's been on the receiving end of Hesta's haggling sometimes to know how to do it.
He realized that there's no way that Hester's gonna lose.
When it comes to haggling, no.
Hesta could probably own fucking
Hesta probably, by the end of the campaign, if she isn't dead, she'll have, like, near god levels of charisma.
She'll what?
She'll have near god levels of charisma.
Created a job for herself.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like my own.
create a job for herself.
Yeah, she just like walked into the
So she's
building
holding a
and pretty
pomegranate.
much just told them that she was working there.
Well, Chris.
And-
That's awesome.
You
Because I
escaped,
can't drive.
and you've been running around for the past couple hours. Who knows what you did?
Her entire
What?
career was